Moon King. I've said it publicly that I think that what he does is actually probably some of the most valuable prospects onboarding onto this chain, because most of meme coins and most of like the third-party projects on Ethereum, people got to change their mindset and realize that like Pulsechain survives on the basis of the same thing that what Ethereum would survive.
Or how about just this simple formula? People want to do the fun thing more than they want to do the not fun thing. So like if you enjoy having fun and you know how to not wreck yourself, why not support people that are actively trying to have a good time? Like your alternative is to try to help people that don't want to have a good time. Fuck that.
I agree. I think that people who were able to create a sense of stability and growth in a community is what's going to make this community great in the end. I mean, right now, like every mainstream Hex and Pulse Chain channel I go into, it's it's unfortunately very negative right now. I mean, I understand why.
And it's just as real as any other Ethereum meme coin spaces you see. And actually, we dominate that because, they kind of top out. But, King, I'm gonna read King Daniel the Great's tweet. He said it best. It says, Hexagon Maxis, protect your bags and leave the degens to run the show. Pulse Chain is hot right now. Welcome to the crypto world. They will run circles around you. Be humble. And he's not a guy that like degens that much. He just sees what's going on. He's like, just let them be. They're going to demolish you in gains, and you just got to wait your turn. That simple.
No, I agree. And I think there's a lot of unfortunate, like, I don't know if it's jealousy. I don't know if it's envy. I don't know if it's lack of patience. But I think that the people, like, even for me, like, I haven't gone into any of these tokens. But like I'm not hating on the people who are making money off of them. Jealousy is not my forte here. It doesn't help our cause.
I don't know if it's there is definitely jealousy involved in it because you see a bunch of green candles going crazy on Pulse Chain, and Pulse Chain's not going up. But it's also a mindset. It's a completely different mindset that got you your first 10,000x that nobody really got. But like they just gotta realize that, hey, like this is how it works. Sooner or later, hopefully, it ends up going back into Pulse Chain. But if it doesn't, if there's some type of staking rewards and some kind of exit with PDAI, like game over, because I don't necessarily have to go from PDAI to Ethereum on Ethereum. I can send my PDAI to Coinbase, go from PDAI to USDC and cash right out. So you just better hope it's not the same thing. If you're waiting for that all to go back into Pulse Chain, if Richard Hart made this, that's probably what's going to happen. If Richard Hart didn't make this, better not guarantee it. Better not hold your breath because there's no guarantees.
The ones that succeed, not all of them, but the ones that succeed, they create this intoxicating ethos from the very beginning. Even during times of downtrends, even during times of uncertainty, there is this intoxicating, like, ubiquitous notion of we need to market, we need to raid, we need to not fumble the bag. Like, and I just don't see that ethos in any layer one community I have ever been in. Like, and this is not exclusive to Hex. Like, I have not seen this in Ripple. I haven't seen this in Ethereum. It's like these sub communities do so well in onboarding people that like you need both philosophies here to create an attention-based economy. So I very much resonate with what you just said.
Well, I also look at it, and you'll have to forgive the sound. I'm filling up my car with gas. But the, I really do believe a lot of these meme coins are just basically big whale games. And you fund the effort. And to have these multiple areas. What is a little feedback on that thought right there?
It's 100% the case.
It is, no question.
And the other thing where there's this such negative attitude towards whales, like this is anybody can put their money anywhere. That's why we have this liberty and decentralization world. Move your money over there, put it over here, put it there, and they're going to make their money. They're going to do different things, but we don't want to vilify people that are moving big money, because this is the process in which when you study all the small retail investors, they don't really make the green candles.
No, they don't.
So then you've got to really look at what is the benefit, because you look at all this from a benefit standpoint. What is the benefit of having a meme coin and a whale moving things? He's building something, creating something. So everyone is creating something. I just looked at it because I was so discuss it with, JPEGs. And then I looked at it from an economic kind of standpoint, and I'm like, wow. So people really are building things, and I'm missing the total value and the functional purpose. Because, we have multiple coins, and you're right. Getting all those people onboarded is, because you try to explain to someone the intricacies of cryptocurrency or decentralization, they don't care. But you get onto a Pepe show, because that's what they are, and they're like talking about peace and love and all this stuff. I was loving it. So it's a relationship game.
I think it's like you make a very good point. I think what we do in the real world, like you said, we vilify whales. A lot of society vilifies the wealthy, and it's been like this for time immemorial. We always vilify the wealthy. We always vilify the rich. The poor does it. The middle class does it. Even the rich does it. And you see that sociological mind state reflective on the way that we perceive whales in cryptocurrency. Like, for example, we venerated God Whale for so long, but the second maybe he decided to go into maybe BankX, everybody hated him for it. And this is the byproduct that we see in cryptocurrency. And you're right, like whales are the deterministic factors of what makes green candles. So that's where we stand, unfortunately, right now with this vilification of the wealthy in blockchain. And a lot of people, I think, vilify them because they're just not them. Like, hell, I would love to be a whale if I could be, but I'm not.
Well, let's break that down a little bit. Now, truly, when you have a lot of wealth and a lot of power, all of a sudden, it can go to your head and you mature, And people were talking about the difference between Richard when he had, hundreds of millions and he went to billions, and it kind of like went to his head. I've got a really good friend of mine who's quite a whale, and it took him 2 years to spend money like crazy and just, be an idiot and go through stupid relationships and, and all this crap for him to kind of get his feet back on the ground. And so, if you have a spiritual basis or some other things, it's maybe a faster process, but everyone has to go through that. And so a lot of people that have made a lot of money in crypto in a degen kind of, environment where it wasn't a lot of effort, it was just, hitting it at the right time. So they might have ill intents because they're still in that mode. And so there's so I would say a lot of whales. I mean, Bitcoin whales and some other whales are, what they do is they just turn it over to other people that are experts at screwing the market and doing tricks, because they do it all the time. In Forex, they do it all the time. All these bankers do it. I mean, it's common. So, and then the other side of it is people that come out on the other side of it and they really want to help, like Richard. And there's a lot of people in these communities, a lot of the projects, you can feel the difference in people talking. Everyone doesn't have to be perfect, but you can just feel the difference. I go into these, a lot of these meme coin things or, these pump and dump things, and it's like formulaic, they're just like saying, oh, it's going, here we go. Yeah, let's go put this here, and all this crap. And I get substance in, these groups that are connected to Hex. And, there's a lot of scams. There's going to be a lot of scams. But I don't want to say that I can totally judge everyone in every place. But we do have some substance. And I really do believe that people in their hearts can connect to that substance and make something good come about.
Factual. I mean, I think a lot of people here not in this space, but many people vilify the fact that people are here to make money solely. And I never understood that, because there's no ability in being a virtue signaler. There are so many people here that virtue signal and say that they're not here for money and they're here for the technology, which is a complete load of shit, because we're all here to make money. I don't care what you say. You wouldn't have your money in something. If you were really here for the technology, you wouldn't have any money in it, or you'd have very little. So I would say a very select few in this industry are here just solely for the technology. So I think that there needs to be that type of change too, which will never happen. There will always be vilification for people who sell. And you'll see it again in the next bull market, where again, not financial advice by any means. Let's just say for shits and giggles, Pulsechain does a 25 to 30x from SAC, and you start seeing people say take profits. Euphoria is kicking. They're gonna look at those people with disdain and say, "Oh, screw you! You're no longer part of our pack." The same thing you're gonna see in XRP. You're gonna see the same thing in Ethereum, where it's like, oh, like XRP, let's just say it's like $1.50, $2. Oh, Euphoria is kicking in. Like maybe it's time to take profits. And the people who say that are going to be vilified. And then 6 months later, when the market collapses again, the people are finally going to realize, oh, those people were actually kind of right about being careful about euphoria. That's a very, very, very detrimental thing where euphoria hits and you don't take profits and people become paper millionaires, which I'm sorry to say, guys, is not a real millionaire.